Hello there, Pisces. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your astrology and tarot reading for May 2020. I hope you guys are doing great out there. It's wonderful to be back on the channel, joining you again. I do apologize, I did not get mid-monthly readings out for the month of April. My personal readings have been getting busier, and I've also just been very busy in general, so I just did not have time, unfortunately. So what I'm going to plan on doing is to just do one major general reading at the start of each month, and then I'll be doing my full moon readings, of course, and then hopefully, if time allows, I'll be able to do mid-month updates. And I'm also really wanting to start getting into doing some relationship or romance readings, especially with all of the movement of Venus and the Venus retrograde coming up. These relationships and soul connections have become really, really important for so many of you out there. So guys, let's go ahead and we'll get a few quick notes out of the way, and then we'll jump into your reading. As always, that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Pisces out there, so take what makes sense and leave the rest to another Pisces. Or also you can check this reading back in another week or so. Sometimes it will make more sense if you listen to it again at a later date. Also be aware that this will mostly be corresponding with Pisces Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Pisces cross-watchers are welcome to be here as well. If you would like to book a personal reading, or if you're interested in any of the card decks that I use throughout my sessions, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all of that will be down in the description box below. And if you haven't yet done so, guys, do reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that like button up, and let me know that you enjoy this content. So let's go ahead, Pisces, and we'll start talking a little bit about your astrology. This is the time of Taurus. Taurus is a beautiful earthy energy. It's very grounded, very connected with nature, with Mother Earth. And it's very complementary to your energy because it's, water and earth work together well in what's called a sextile aspect in astrology that creates a lot of opportunity, a lot of doors opening. So the month of May overall does have that energy for you. It's also highlighting your universal third house, which is the house of Gemini. So there is a lot of communication, there's a lot of conversing back and forth. And it's just it's a beautiful flow of energy for you, which is a really wonderful thing. So the big thing about Venus right now, and that is weighing on a lot of people, we are getting ready to go into a lot of retrogrades in the middle of May. So, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn will all be going retrograde. Pluto also went retrograde last weekend. So there is going to be quite an abundance of, kind of those reversal kind of energies where, we go back to review things, we go back to revise, look something over again to make sure our plans are in place, to make sure things have a solid foundation. And of course, with a Venus retrograde, has so much to do with going back and looking at anything that we can do to make our relationships better. Venus is in the sign of Gemini, and it is going to be there until August 4th due to the fact that it will go into that retrograde motion. It will go backwards into, the earlier degrees of Gemini. Then once the retrograde's over, it will travel back forward. So we're having a very long stay of Venus in the sign of Gemini. And Pisces, hate to tell you, but and I really don't, this is a little bit tricky because my Venus sign is in Pisces, so it definitely puts some pressure on me. Gemini is a harder sign in a lot of ways for you, and that is why this may be a particularly I wouldn't even say necessarily always difficult, but there's going to be a lot of reworking in your relationships, and it's really going to be creating that square to your sign, your sun sign. So at different times throughout this cycle in your relationships, throughout until August, you're really going to notice a lot of reworking, a lot of revisiting of your relationships. And because, of course, it's Gemini, there's so much to do with communication and the way that you two talk. A lot of action could be taken because either you or your significant other feel the pressure, you feel the friction of that square energy. And so you definitely are in a position where you have to act, you have to take movement, and you have to move things forward, because they can't just stay, you know, back and forth, especially for any of you out there that are kind of in a relationship situation where it goes back and forth a lot. You know, this is really saying, all right, time for this little back and forth dance to stop. Let's either do this or not do this. Let's make some real decisions. But there's going to definitely be a period of reworking. So overall, I'm just looking at the chart, but you know, this is it's a lot of powerful movement, and it's just good to keep always those planetary motions in mind. There's going to be a lot of revision, a lot of reworking, and you know, even reconciliations and things like that as we get further down, you know, in the middle of the month and past that. And so let's go ahead and we're going to start pulling some cards for you. I'm going to start with a major arcana card and some oracle, just to get a overall feeling of what is going on for you for May. And then we're going to do a full Celtic cross with 2 tarot decks. Angels, divine beings of light, ancestors, loved ones, helpers, healers, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, please be around the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Pisces as we do their May 2020 reading. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Aw, so Pisces, it's interesting that I'm kind of picking up such a focus on love, romance, relationships. There's a big love vibe coming through here with the Lovers card. Interestingly enough, the Lovers is also the card that is ruled by the sign of Gemini. And so, yeah, this has so much to do with, you know, this Venus journey in the sign of Gemini. It's going to be very significant for you. For, you know, obviously not for every single Pisces out there, but a lot of you, this is going to be coming up. There's going to be a big focus on relationships, healing relationships, potential new love if you're single. You know, all of this is coming up to the surface. Potential reconciliations, right? It's all in there. And because it's that Gemini governance, it's so much to do with communication, guys. It's not just you that are going to be feeling that. It's everybody, you know, just in different parts of your chart. But everybody's going to be feeling that. And my feeling very strongly from an astrological point of view is that, you know, our relationships are going to really rise and fall, you know, over this summer, rise or fall, you know, based on our communication and how well we know how to talk to each other. Right now, that's even more important, you know, as people are, you know, relying more on phones and computers to talk to each other. So communication, what you write, what you say, and how you say it, oh, so important. It's all so important right now. And, you know, based on those things alone, you know, you can either, you know, heal or destroy relationships. So let's pull a crystal chakra card. We're going to see which gemstone or crystal is good to work with for this month of May for you. Feeling that. Okay, so we do have the pipe stone, which is, you know, a beautiful, very kind of red. It's got that grounding root chakra energy, and it's catlinite is the technical, I guess, the scientific name for it. But this connects with your ancestors, your passed on loved ones, your roots, your grounding center, where you've come from. This is a really great stone to be using right now. And I'm just going to pull the second one because I was really feeling like almost more than that one wanted to come up, Pisces. I usually just pull one, but we've also got the hematite, another root chakra, and the dioptes, which is a heart chakra. So root chakra is really, really coming through strong. You could work with the pipe stone, with the hematite, or with the dioptes. All three of those are very strong for you. So there is a grounding center, getting grounded, getting centered about the heart space. That is very important. What direction you're taking in love is really coming to the surface. this month for you, Pisces. So let's pull a Druid Oracle card. We're going to see which spirit animal is going to be aligning with you for May. So there we go, Pisces. This is time to be agile in your mental body. This is time to be adaptable, clever, witty, maybe even a little flirty. There's always that energy of, being foxy or being a little bit sexy or flirty, right? That comes with Pisces. So there is that part of it, but this is kind of using your mind to sort of know when to speak, when to hold back, and just be adaptable. Pisces, you're very good at that already, of going with the flow, but that's really going to help allow situations to naturally unfold. The fox is also, of course, very resourceful, so there is that resourceful energy that comes through with that as well. Now I'm going to pull a card from the Fairy Oracle. This is a very earthy time, and the fairies are very connected, very strong earth spirits. So let's see what message they have for you. Oh, Pisces. So hidden depth is what comes up, and you being a water sign, that immediately makes me think of you and the ocean. And there she is standing in the water. Look at that. Yeah. So something hidden is about to come to light, perhaps a secret or memory in the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. So when you connect to the earth and when you get nice and grounded, all of that hidden emotional depth, Pisces, is going to come up for you. This is also getting into the fact, Pluto just went retrograde as well. And, Pluto is all about mysteries and hidden secrets and hidden depth. And I've been saying that with that movement, a lot of hidden mysteries will be revealed. A lot of your own emotions and feelings and gifts and talents will be revealed to you, and also those of other people as well. So let's move old Mr. Dragon over here. We're going to get into your tarot. I will be using the Dream Tarot of Dreams, to do the initial deck, and then I'll be clarifying with the Rider-Waite. So Spirit, let's see, please bring through what we've got for our Pisces for their full story for May 2020. Birds sitting right outside here. I keep hearing them chirp. All right, Pisces, so let's check out what you've got. We've got right in the center, the King of Wands. This is you in your present energy. So this is very powerful fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. To me, this is all about movement forward. The King of Wands is very strong, very leadership oriented, has a very passionate, fiery nature, and it is all about recreating your reality. That is so much, to me, what the King of Wands many times represents, is, kind of being that creator spirit of saying, if I want a new reality, I've got to help create it. So let's pull a clarifier. Yes, because Pisces, there has been a real defensive energy that you've had to be in. That is really what you would like to change here and to recreate, because, if people have been kind of coming at you, attacking you, and you just feel like it's been hitting you from all sides, and you have really had to stand your ground, hold things up and not give in. And you're feeling pretty exhausted. A lot of you may be feeling very tired right now indeed. So this would also, of course, be a reminder to me that you need to make sure to take time to rest, take time out, because this could also just be you working super hard lately. In the immediate past, there is the Seven of Cups. So to me, this is many different choices, many different opportunities, a lot of things coming your way all at once. Sometimes it's a lot of decision making that you have to do very quickly. Sometimes that can feel very overwhelming. There's an overwhelmed kind of energy to me that always comes through there a little bit emotionally overwhelmed, where it's like everything has to be taken care of and there's so many different things, and how do I make a choice on which one to take care of at once, which could lead you to definitely feeling where you are now, which is it's like, I am tired and I need to recreate my reality. And look at that! Pisces! There's the King of Wands from the other deck showing up in the immediate past on top of that Seven of Cups. So absolutely, it's like you really want to stand in your power. Yet again, you might be a very fiery Pisces. You might have, some fire in your chart. You might be dealing with somebody who's very fiery, whether or not they're a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius again. But to me, this is all about it's about using your creativity, your passion, your drive, and your ability to create new life, new change, something that really puts you into a feeling of power and just, self-confidence. This is about, avoid like negative ego. And this is really about just true self-worth, true self-esteem. If people have been running down your self-worth or, running down who you are and attacking who you are, Pisces, this is that time to step into your power and stand so strong in it. Going into the immediate future, we do have the Chariot card. There is that Cancer rulership. And the first couple things that this makes me think of when it comes to you is that, times could start to shift a lot easier for you when we get into, late June, early July, when we are in the time of Cancer. And also, Venus is in Gemini until August. After that will come Venus in Cancer. And so for some of you, this kind of thing, this moving forward, this understanding, this balance, may not happen for a little bit. This could be a little bit of a journey over the next couple months. Especially when it comes to Venus and when it comes to, that motion, because that's big for all of us. But, the Chariot is very beautiful to me. It is Cancer energy, and that really brings you back to your soul's origins, and it's in a very beautiful flow of harmony for you. This is really about balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So let's pull a card on top of that, see what clarifies the Chariot for us. Ace of Wands, fire, fire, fire across the board here for you, Pisces. Bold, brand new, passionate beginnings. I absolutely love this. And to me, the aces are always the hand of the divine. That is really, spirit blessing whatever action you take to move forward. It's blessing your self-confidence, your self-worth. It's reminding you, Pisces, that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of, abundance and all those things. Even if people are telling you that you aren't or making you just feel that you aren't, it's not true. So remember that. Spirit is really reminding you very strongly here that you have great qualities. So on the undercurrent, what you're kind of focused on right now, what you're feeling in the subconscious is the Four of Coins. So the Four of Pentacles is really very much about holding on to something for, success, for some, better outcome. Many times with the Four of Coins, it can also be that you're a bit guarded. The heart chakra could be, a little bit closed up, a little bit fearful. And there, for some of you, could be a fear of, really opening up because things have been hard. Also, this, just take this as it resonates, as it's as general. So it could mean different things for different people. The other thing that it can sometimes mean is that you're having to be really careful with resources right now, because it's kind of like, oh gosh, Gotta save for the rainy day. Yeah, but don't let it turn into fear. That's the main thing with that Four of Coins. Don't let it turn into fear. Instead, you know, grow from it, work through it. Yeah, and then we have the moon here. So Pisces, that is your own energy right there. So, you know, use your intuition. Use what you really believe deep down. You know, what is it that you really truly desire? Sometimes things can be a little bit confusing with the moon card, a little bit cloudy, a little bit misty and foggy. So to me, whenever I see that, I always say give it time. Let those moon cycles, you know, do their thing. Our next full moon will be in Scorpio, so that is in harmony with you as well. This will be a time of great reveal, big mysteries. Like it said, the hidden depths are coming to the surface. Then on the top of your reading, crowning the spread, we have the King of Coins, King of Pentacles. This is at the top. So there's a lot of, you know, you got that King of Wands twice. Now you're getting this King of Coins. So to me, this is all about, you know, standing strong again, but in a different way. This is about leadership from a material, resourceful standpoint, being grounded, being firm, being solid, embracing your abundance. You know, that's a real feeling. It's like instead of being, you know, operating from any place of fear, you're wanting to come from a place of abundance and, you know, knowing that you have plenty of resources. It's a very Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy with the King of Coins. So anything that you can do, you know, to ground or balance, that really came out in the beginning too, is going to be very positive for you right now, Pisces. Yes, and a little bit of the journey of the soul, you know, a bit of soul searching is going on here with that Hermit card. And to me, you know, this is Virgo energy, so that is the opposite energy of yours. So this is about a balancing act too. This isn't just about, you know, only one side of yourself. This is about both sides, Pisces, both the emotional, creative, imaginative, and the more practical, grounded. But really what you're doing is you're looking for your truth, you know, your higher purpose. If you don't feel like you know what that is yet, it's coming. It's coming. And that is, again, you know, that is the message from Spirit crowning the spread. So to me, give yourself some time. To me, there's nothing wrong with that. There is that need for rest. We didn't get so far the Four of Swords. That would usually indicate like serious time out, take a break. But there is definitely a little bit of that feeling for me in this. I get that feeling. There's a lot of action going on with a lot of these Wands cards. You know, it's like this is all a lot of fire, a lot of motion. You know, action is getting ready to be taken, and you're going to need to make sure you've got plenty of rest in between all that activity going on. So let's get you some advice. Let's see what we're going to pull up along the side here, see how to approach all of this that's going on. Lots of fire energy for my fishies out there. Ooh, okay. Well, this is an interesting journey here, Pisces. Okay, so first we have that Six of Coins. So suggested approach. What did I just say about balance between those two sides of yourself? This could be balance between not just you and within yourself, but could also be a balance between you and another person. You know, if just one of you has been doing all of the work, it's like, you know, there has to be a balance. If only one of you has been doing all the emotional work or all the grounding work, it's time for both people to get involved. Sometimes this involves compromise, working it out, talking through it, but definitely a feeling of balance. And he's even holding, look, the symbol of Libra there in his hand, which is all about the scales. It's all about balance. And this is a Taurus energy, which we are in right now. So yes, this is absolutely about making sure you know, that both people are satisfied and have what they need within whatever kind of partnership it pertains to. Yes, and there's some decision making that's going to be going on here, Pisces, as well, with that Two of Swords. So there's definitely some decisions that you're making. a little bit of should I stay or should I go energy here to me with this for some of y'all. It's like you might be deciding between either two partners, two jobs, two places to live. There's a little bit of that going on too for some of y'all. Some of y'all don't really want to see it, you know, because there is that blindfold over her eyes holding those swords. The heart chakra yet again is a little bit guarded. So Pisces, this is a little bit of a journey of, you know, being able to let that guard down, let yourself trust your own intuition and your own emotional center. What you need to know, look at that Five of Cups. So there is definitely been some heartache, some sadness, loss, grief, disappointment. But please always notice that those two cups are still filled, they're still there. So it's like, even though right now you may be really focused on, you know, feelings of sadness, loss, grief, heartache, not all is lost there, Pisces. There is the potential for resurrection and rebirth. Yeah, because look at this. There's a feeling definitely that, you know, you have been kind of left holding the bag. This is like, you know, everybody else kind of gave up the fight, gave up the, you know, the project or the mission, and you're left holding the pieces, having to try to figure out what to do now. So that's definitely where that's coming from, Pisces. That's why, you know, for any of you that are struggling, any of you that are going through this process of sadness or grief, it's because you really feel like you did all the work and they just didn't hold up their end of the bargain. Hopes and fears right now. Yeah, there's a lot of mental anxiety with that Eight of Swords. It's like there's that stress, that anxiety. This is a feeling of being really tied, really bound, really confined. But a lot of it has so much to do with what's going on in the mental body. Same with the Five of Swords. There is a lot of, you know, mental construct here around this. Same with the Two of Swords. You know, lots of swords energy, Pisces. So a lot of the things that you're going through, you could be feeding into them and making them worse just by, you know, worrying. It's like, it's time to step off of that mental hamster wheel and get yourself off of that track, because, you know, this can definitely lead to a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of, you know, panic, anxiety, fear like that, which just is not going to help you get where you want to be. Yeah, and I do think that you will get through this, because look at that Three of Cups on top of that Eight of Swords, which is a much more enjoyable energy to be in. So Pisces, with that Three of Cups, I absolutely recommend connecting with people that care about you or love you, even if all you can do is call them on video chat or on the phone or email or text. Definitely get in touch with the people that care about you. Be more in your element, and also make sure to be giving to yourself. Take good care of yourself, because, you know, that is your own energy. The cups, the water, that is you. And so on the outcome here, we do have the victory card with that Six of Wands. So I absolutely believe that you will triumph over any of these struggles and challenges that you've got going on right now, because, you know, that fire energy for you, Pisces, is strong this month. And so it's like you will not be denied. You got that Ace of Wands, King of Wands came out twice. No, it's like you've got the unquenchable fire right now. Even though you're a water sign, you are burning bright. Yep, and it's all about getting over this tussle energy. You got all these fives, Five of Swords, Five of Cups, Five of Wands. Oh, Pisces, who are you fighting these days? Is it yourself or someone else? On the underside of the Rider-Waite, we've got the Justice card. So this is about balance, guys. And on the underside of the Tarot of Dreams, we've got the Two of Coins. So all about one day at a time, Pisces. Balance that energy. And get creative. Get creative. That fire energy is all about creation. So let's pull a card from the Making Magic deck for a last bit of affirmation. And there we go, the element of air. So lots of, like I said, there's a lot of mental energy here, mental body that needs to be balanced. Work with the element of air to cut through, to see the core of the situation and see the truth. So you had that moon energy, Pisces, and I said that, you know, is a confusing energy sometimes. But I believe that you're going to be cutting through a lot of that confusion, a lot of things that cloud whatever's going on with you. Tell me what's going on in the comment section, Pisces, because there's a lot of action for you going on for May. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful month, and I'll be seeing y'all soon. Take care.